I'm your host, Brad Miller, and today we have something a little different for you guys. As you can see, we have a round table. So there's going to be a new segment that we're doing called Knights at the Round Table. And I'm not going to introduce these people, you probably already know them, but I'm going to let them introduce each other. So over to you guys, you can say as much or as little about each other as you want.
Okay, I'm going to start first and introduce Rey Sotelo, dear friend. Well, all these guys are my dear friends.
Absolutely.
But Rey Sotelo, Indian Motorcycles, Hollister Power Sports, and we're in his shop today, which is a very beautiful shop.
I'll introduce Mike Rouse here, BMC Motorcycles. Mikey and I go way back. If Mike took his hair off, he's a little gray. I don't have any hair, but I did have hair when Mike and I used to run around together back in the days. Mike was in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
A few moons ago. Both of us are in our 60s now, and we've been friends the whole time. And right, well, I had to throw that in. Mike.
60s?
I'm 60.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
still,
good.
still in my 60s.
Look how good he makes me look. He makes me look
You
good.
See, there it is there. But, you know, we have a long history in this motorcycle business, and I'm very honored and proud to be friends with Mike.
Yes, thank you.
And I'll jump in right here and I'll introduce Mike Corbin right here.
Yeah.
Mike Corbin is, he would be the industry leader of making motorcycle seats. And I'm glad to say I got to know you for the last 25 years or so now. And,
About 25.
and yeah, about 25. I met you in 1998. And that's when we started doing.
That makes like 28 years.
28. So Sparrows, motorcycles, we've kind of done it all with you.
Painted Sparrows, polka-dotted Sparrows.
Polka-dotted Sparrows, whatever it took. And so we did a lot of fun projects together. I worked for Mike for many years. I did 1998 to 2014. So, and I'm glad to say he's a good friend of mine still today.
Legend.
Legend in the.
We have a legend.
Yeah.
Motorcycle Hall of Fame.
Well, this is Erik Sotelo. We call him Flakenstein.
Solorio.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Hey, go ahead.
Same thing.
Go ahead.
Erik Solorio. We call him Flakenstein. He's one of the best motorcycle painters there is in the world.
Yes.
And I'm proud to know him. And we've all been friends for years. I've known Ray and Mike for 50 years.
At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. So the good thing about the motorcycle industry is you can actually go through life with your peers and the riders, you know. You spend a life, it's a life, it's not an industry.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm the new guy here, so I'm just the guy that keeps bringing wine and cameras around. So.
Brad Miller, he provided the wine. He happens to be an Indian ambassador now, and he's doing a lot of good things. Follow him at the Sport Chief.
The Sport Chief,
And
Throttles Bottles.
he's definitely helped all of our businesses here. And Erik has painted one of his bikes so far. We're getting ready to paint another one. And Mike's done seats, and Mikey's giving him T-shirts. So we're all
That's
good.
about it.
We're all good.
That's all I have.
Doing all the heavy lifting.
And I get to build his bike, so it's all a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And the new guy is supposed to get the booze.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. Which, speaking of which, thank you to Shide Wineries, Vineyards, and thank you very much to Richard, whose last name I forget. It's not Sotelo or Solorio. So could be. But he provided all this wine for us today, which is awesome. So thank you to Richard.
Cheers, gentlemen.
So
Cheers.
everybody.
Where can you find it at?
Cheers.
Shide boys.
Shide, yeah.
I'm not sure. Cheers. Oh,
Cheers, Eric. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Oh, hold on.
There we go. Let's do the reach.
Oh,
There we
my
go.
shoulder. My shoulder.
We should have poured you a glass.
we got a
good
bottle. I
stuff.
put like a twisty straw bottle.
Pretty good.
That's good.
All right, so now the intros are over, I'm just gonna launch into questions, let you guys talk, and we'll just kind of go from there. So, first question I have for you guys: what is the first bike that you've ever owned?
Me first.
Any of you guys?
I had an MR50, and my initials are MR, so a lot of controversy there, having to beat up fourth graders or whatever. But yeah, MR50, great bike.
Mine was my first street bike was a 450 Honda.
Nice.
You know, and then I had had a couple of my neighbors were Hells Angels, San Jose. And they had the panheads and, the Sportster, and they had them all chopped and stuff. So I said, well, I could afford a 450 Honda. So, of course, I put the small tank on it and chop it, and, that started it.
Yeah.
I had a Lambretta scooter was the first bike
I love
that
it.
I owned.
I love it.
And
One
then,
of the questions that somebody asked me to ask was, has anybody owned a scooter? Which I wasn't sure. Yeah.
we, in the late 50s, that's how you started.
Yeah.
You didn't have motorcycle options when you were in high school in the 50s. My friend had a Vespa, and then I hung around with him, and then he found a used Lambretta, and I bought that. You know, $60. So about 3 weeks' pay.
3 weeks pay.
And first bike I ever owned was actually, I bought it from Mike. It was back in 2002, and it was a Road King. So the very first bike I ever jumped onto was a Road King that Mike had already customized, and then I bought it from him when the show season was over, and that was my first real intro into just getting and going. Went to go get the license, went to go do the riding class, and that was my first experience, was just doing that right there. So I never started with a smaller type bike, just went right into the 107-inch, I think you did at the time. It was a pretty good runner. It was a good runner.
running bike at
And
the
so,
time.
yeah, so 2002 Road King was my first bike.
Crazy intro. Just
Yeah,
hopping right
just started right there. Yeah, that's how I got
We
into
all
it.
have little
Then we
bikes,
dragged you to
50s and
Sturgis.
stuff.
And then we did Sturgis,
Then we
yeah.
did Sturgis.
Actually, I used that same bike, Sturgis, we rode 06 and 07. That's when we did that, yeah.
That was a good bike.
Yeah.
I remember that bike.
So you rode from here to Sturgis?
Actually, the bike was taken on the truck. How did we get there? I think we flew over there and we rode back, I think is what we
supposed
did.
to say you
I remember
rode, yes.
coming back.
I rode there.
Yeah.
Just say, yes, I rode there.
But I do remember the ride coming back home, and it was a good, fun, fast ride, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike, you still ride to Sturgis every year?
I rode already 43 times to Sturgis, and I'm gonna ride this year again and be number 44.
And a half.
One year I only went halfway. My granddaughter got married in Connecticut, and I flew to Connecticut,
couple
and I
years ago.
flew to Sturgis, yeah, and then my bike was on a truck, and then I rode it home.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
but it's the best part of the year going to Sturgis.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't been, and I'm still trying to set up that ride to
Try to get you this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Get you out there.
Work schedule,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Well, somebody like you would really love it, because you're gonna have 250,000 people, and they all respect each other and love each other. I mean, you can go to a football game, and a guy next to you might beat you up, right?
Yeah.
You go to Sturgis, you can't get through an intersection, everybody's telling you to go first, you know?
And you meet somebody out there for the first time, and then you go back the next year, and they're there calling you, texting you, hey, are you here? And your buddies.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's the whole camaraderie, lifestyle thing. It's pretty cool. I got guys, I stay out at the Buffalo Chip with our friend Woody.
Yeah.
Rob Woodruff, he owns the Buffalo Chip, and we stay at the same place every year. And every year I meet new people, and our community is growing. And last year we were there, one of the guys came from Boston. He brought 100 pounds of lobster. Dry ice. He came out and rode it home, hauls the bike.
What was
And-
I?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, there you go, Mike, free food.
And the next thing you know, this guy's barbecuing out there, and there's probably 30 of us in our little community there. And like I said, our community's growing, and he says, hey, he goes, I got, what do you call them, the little lobster cakes or whatever? And I'm not a lobster guy, but I had to eat them, and man, they were damn good. But then this year he's already called me. He says, hey, you gonna be there again, same spot? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, I'm right next to you. So that's kind of how the community is. So what Mike says is absolutely true.
It's like the great brotherhood with no interruptions. Like everybody's on the same deal, you know?
Well, we're talking about Sturgis, and one of the coolest thing is every year I get to, last year we had a couple of the newbies, and we ended up at your place.
Yeah.
And the guys are, these guys are your age, Brad, or maybe a little bit older, and
You're old.
I had a friend of mine that was supposed to be next to me, and at the last minute he had some health issues and couldn't make it. So these two guys from Sacramento, Matt and Joe, I don't know these guys. My son and I are getting our gear ready, and these two guys show up, and they're standing in our campsite, and I'm like, what's going on? They said, well, we're taking Rick Mendez's spot. I said, oh, you're the ones about to take it from Rick, because he couldn't make it. And they said, yeah. So they're standing there like these two lost puppies. I said, you guys ever been here before? No. You got a plan? No. And they're like, what are you guys doing today? I
Came
said,
with the right guy.
We got you.
Yeah.
I said, I gotta go see some friends. I gotta go to the dealership, and I gotta go see Mike. Well, they don't know who Mike is,
Yeah.
So you get in Sturgis, and you've never been, but you get there, And there's no parking downtown.
No.
You're going to park, you're going to walk a quarter, half a mile. You get a parking space wherever you can, unless you know somebody.
And nobody gets up early.
Nobody gets up early.
It's 'cause they were up
So
late.
we're cruising downtown. So we go to the dealership, we roll in like we own the place, and then from there we're gonna go and I'm gonna take these guys downtown and go see everything. So we roll in, we come in one of the back streets on Lizelle there and pull in, and we're pulling right next to Corbin's trailer, and we park. And the guys are like, "Can we park here?" I said, "Yeah, of course we can." I says, "My son and I got Corbin seats." I says, "Joe had a Corbin seat on his Indian. Matt didn't have one on his Harley. He does now."
But he had to promise he was going to.
He had a problem.
Yeah.
I said, "As long as you have a Corbin seat," I said,
Yeah.
"You know, Mike," I said, "we have premium parking." They thought that was the coolest thing. And everywhere you go there, you know all the business owners.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike, you've been there. You get to know everybody.
Yeah.
And they see you coming, and they want you to participate. It's like a family reunion.
It is, it
That's
is.
how I.
Then we meet at One Eye
Yeah.
Jack's, and it turns into
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah, it is the best party.
All right, so next question. What is your favorite bike to build or paint? Any platform, any brand, any model? Just
Eric,
favorite.
go paint. Let's start with paint.
Okay, we can go with paint. Well, right now
Besides
we
your
are
BMC.
We are right now. I love doing the Indians. The Indians have been. It has really turned into something that I never thought I would do. I had no idea that this would ever become anything. You know, doing a Hollister Indian has been something that just you had no idea. You know, we got started on this in 2014 when
2013.
2013, it was 13, and Indian had just come back, and Ray had just got one of the first Indians in, and we went from a company that was only selling 3 colors. It was red,
black,
or blue, that's all you could get, and Ray said, let's do one that looks like a 57 Chevy. Let's do something cool. And turquoise and cream was like the one.
Yeah.
And so we did our first one, and it was a blast to do. And so once we started that, it just seemed like it just sort of snowballed, where it just turned one into another. Is what it.
I'll interrupt Eric real quick. My sales manager was a metric guy. You remember Neil?
Oh, yeah, Neil's a good guy.
And I tear this bike apart. We get these brand new Indians, and the first thing I do is tear it apart because I want to paint it. And
You'd never even had a bike in your life you didn't tear apart.
so I talked to Eric, and we talked about the 57 Chevy.
Yeah,
Elvis's
yeah.
bike. We go into this thing.
Yeah, something Elvis would ride. You
So,
said. Yeah.
Neil, Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil had no idea I was doing
no,
this.
no.
So it took us about a week and a half. Eric rips it out. We get it done. I put the bike on the showroom on a Thursday. Neil comes out and he about threw up. He says, "What in the hell is this?" He goes, I can't sell that.
Yeah.
You know? I says, just wait. Saturday we had like a little soft grand opening, and this big guy comes in on this Harley with the 8 hangers. He parks right out in front. He walked through. I had that bike front and center to the doors, and he walked in. He said, "There's my next bike." He bought it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then after we get the sale,
Didn't it have like the tan brown
bags,
seat?
yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
that was the very first, bikes that we got in, and we since have graduated, because Mike, for a time there, you were doing every one of our bikes. I mean, you
I
still
was gonna
are.
say, was it a tan Corbin seat?
No, we had the stock, it was a stock Indian seat with the Indian bags that we, early on, we're not demeaning Indians' capacity by any chance, but Mike knows the quality of it was not good. The quality of the leather we were using was not good. So we started changing things, and that led to the paint, Corbin, kind of.
You just take what the OEMs do and then you upgrade everything.
Yeah.
Make it
better.
more personal and higher quality, more comfortable,
Not plastic.
more your bike than more than it came off the showroom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and for me, it felt like we were really giving people what they wanted, and it just wasn't out there for you to buy. So we did it. We did it for you, and with Ray pushing to do the next one, he filled up his showroom here with bikes that we had done.
Well,
and
we'll back up a little bit, because you're working for Mike. So
I was still with
doing
Mike,
kinda-
and yeah.
He was doing kind of side paint jobs for
Right.
us, I'd have him we were doing cop bikes and, doing little customs and stuff. So that's how I meet Eric, was through Mike. And he's kind of doing side jobs here. And he comes to me one day and he goes, "Hey, I think I want to open a shop." And it was in October. I said, how long you worked for Mike? He said, 16, 17 years. I said, well, first of all, nobody quits their job in October.
I remember you told me that. I remember you said October's not a good time. Yeah.
I'm always happy.
Nobody starts a business in October. I said, second, you've been working with Mike for a long time. You need to go talk to Mike.
And I,
he did.
correct.
Mike said, go do your thing, right? You told him, go do
Right,
your thing.
I mean, it was one of the things that, you never know what it's going to be like when you go to the boss that you've been working for, and you kind of say, Mike, I'm thinking I want to do my own thing. But what I got was it was words of encouragement is what it really was. I remember you told me about, hey, there's like a glass wall you got to break. You said, you have to just kind of punch it and go through there.
Walk through that
And you
glass
have to take that chance. If you want to even try to do something like that, you got to go for it. And so he was very encouraging. He told me, you know what, I'm always here for you if you ever need me for anything, but you go ahead and do what you need to do. And so, and I think that was a great thing you told me, because it gave me a confidence that I thought, maybe I can do this.
And it's also rare to have a boss that says that wants you to actually succeed, whether it's working for him, with him.
Tells me that every day.
Correct.
Yeah. I get it every day.
Oh, yeah, you guys are
But
partners.
that's your job as an entrepreneur, is to encourage everybody else to take their chance too.
Right.
And you can maybe help them with a few shortcuts and a little bit of courage.
Yeah.
Because it is scary to walk through the glass wall.
Yeah.
He gets his shop, he opens it up, and I remember he'd probably done 5 or 6 paint jobs. I told him I just ordered 30 bikes with no paint. He goes, what? I'll tell you, when they first started,
right.
with getting their paint right.
Yeah.
It was soft, 3 colors, and I talked the rep into going back to the hierarchy, and I'm going to order 30 bikes, which was, that was $1 million worth of bikes, or thereabouts,
Yeah, right.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want them all unpainted, because I'm going to paint every one of them. And that's what we did. And then we started putting the Corbin seats on them at the same time.
Funny timing too, just because the 125 models just came out with Indian, and the new Indian Chief Vintage, which only comes in black or red. And you have 2 examples over there. And there was one yesterday at the 125 ride where you painted the cream on it,
Oh, yes.
which looks amazing. And the one that's over there just looks incredible. And I think a common theme through all this, through all 4 of you, is taking basically something that is uncustomized and kind of bland, and then changing it into turnkey, customized bikes, seats, paint, whatever it is, and providing that missing piece, that the consumer really wants, that customized, tailor-made thing for the consumer. And I think all 4.
I think that's what Mike bring to the table. Is Mike's doing, you ride in, and it's almost like they're going to crush the grapes, they're going to ferment it, they're going to fine tune the grape, whatever.
Nice.
In 4 hours, you get to drink a glass of wine. That's what happens with the seat. Mike was doing, Mike's doing you walk through your warehouse there. He's got every mold, I think, any motorcycle model.
It's almost overwhelming when the first time you see
It is kind of overwhelming.
Whoa.
And he can build any stock motorcycle seat or custom seat or whatever. And then Mike here, BMC, takes it to a whole nother level with the whole Harley crowd, the Dyna crowd. Now he's getting into the Indian. We're doing the Sport Chief. We're doing the Scouts. He's doing all these custom seats that are not available.
Yeah.
You cannot go on the internet and say, hey, I'm gonna call this company or this company. All the people that are providing after product to do what these 2 guys do. It's not there. There's one place here on the planet, and it's in Hollister, where you can ride in and get your seat made, or this guy does it all on his phone, which just blows me away.
Well, when we were interviewing you the other week,
the phone, what's it doing?
blowing up.
Yeah,
and
and what's it
"Hey, I'm
doing?
gonna take a phone call real
Hey.
quick." It was a customer.
Yeah,
calling.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, that's what he
the best.
called and was just like, "Oh, I have a question," and it just went to your phone.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, that's what I do now. I got rid of everybody. I'm back to old school. You can email me, but give me your phone number, because there's only one way to design a seat
absolutely.
and get in with the customer is a phone call.
Yeah.
And together, those 2 things, you become a friend, you get his money, and you make him the seat he wants. Because a lot of people will go, oh, there's so many colors, I'll take a black seat. But why take just the black seat?
Yeah.
When you have we have 82 colors, let's make you a seat that
Maybe
stands
that actually
out.
fits the bike.
Yeah, oh, it
the
fits.
vision for
Yeah,
the bike, too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And back when I looked into the Gambler and the Gunfighter, that's what created the Widowmaker wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took those seats done back in 82?
Yeah, the
We're still making them.
The
Yeah.
original
That's what's online,
gunfighter,
I think, right?
the
Yeah.
concept I did in '82.
Yeah, 82.
I was walking along Main Street in Daytona Beach, and everybody had the king and queen seats, and most of them were Corbin Gentry seats that I made in the '70s. And I go, we just need something new. We need a new look, you know. And so I came up with the gunfighter, which was partially kind of a spin-off of things you would see on old English bikes.
Yeah.
But I shaped it so it gave you a lot of backrest, but it blended into the fender and
Yeah,
it
hot
won't go
rod.
away.
Cool.
That was one of my best ideas ever. We sold a lot of them. And then the wall brought that backrest up a little bit higher and gave you even a better pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People love them.
Yeah.
They ride 600-700 miles, no problem.
Oh, yeah. You can
Even 1,000. I got guys that ride
just
1,000.
watch your gas tank when
Yeah.
you're riding, because
The
you don't
back
feel like
support.
you have to crawl off the bike every time.
Yeah, the back support. The
Yeah.
back support's incredible. Then you come one step further and add a backrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're set for as long as you can ride. you
Yeah.
know, So it's really good. And then the Gambler turned in. That's a great seat. I sold a lot of them. And then into the Widowmaker. And I always say, if you get the Widowmaker, the wife will cook you dinner when you get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he says on camera.
Yeah, that's what I say on camera.
All right, so back to the question. So,
Yeah, what is the question? What is the
What was the
question?
I don't know why I thought you were going to mention that.
What were we talking about?
Yeah.
Give us a linear-
Okay, what was the
How many
question?
bottles of wine?
I know.
The question was, what is your favorite bike to customize? Like bike platform, brand, whatever it is. So Eric said
Yeah.
Hollister Indian is his
Indian.
favorite thing to paint right now.
Right.
So,
Well, mine's gonna be BMC choppers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, hold on.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is.
he's not paid to say this.
No, they're not paying me at all, but, yeah, like I said, I'm a rigid,
Yeah.
Don't be shy with your logo.
no, I'm not gonna.
He made it small, you know?
Rigid,
mine.
I mean, my passion is choppers, so
Yeah.
that's what I would build.
Which chopper? If you had to pick one, engine, frame, brand, whatever.
Well, we went over that shovelhead,
Shovelhead.
just dear to my
I was
heart.
fishing for that. I knew that
Yeah.
answer, but maybe they didn't, you know?
Yeah, a little bit over front end shock boots. I'm a fan of the shock boots. Kind of Frisco, 60 style. I looked it up, 74 even's a cool style. So I like that look now. That's what I based the first BMCs off. But yeah, that definitely chopper. I've ridden in the Sturgis. People thought I was crazy, but I did it. I won't do it again. I told you that story. The guy had a bagger and we switched real quick.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give my chopper. Here, keep riding my rigid. I'm going to ride your bagger. So that worked out good. But yeah, BMC chopper or, a chopper.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My favorite one would have been my first Harley, my 53 Panhead.
Yeah.
That thing went through so many metamorphoses, the 22-inch over Springer, and then I brought it all back to stock, and then I put a sidecar on it, and I owned that bike for a long, long time, and that probably was one of the favorite ones that I had. I actually painted it myself.
Yeah, what color was that one? I remember.
Black.
Black? It wasn't ever purple though. Never
No,
went purple.
No,
Okay.
that was another,
Okay.
that was a shovelhead.
Okay.
But I actually painted
We
that
go
bike.
back that far.
That was your own paint
I
job.
thought I was a
Okay,
painter.
yeah.
And I did all right.
No,
and
you didn't, but go.
whatever.
Had to rub it
Nodding
out.
along,
It's,
yeah, it looks great.
it's just a lot of work, is all it is, yeah. That's what you're in for.
And then having had some history with owning the Indian brand and being part of Indian now, I mean, Indian right now to me is one of the sexiest bikes out there, even the new ones. Some of the new ones I really, really appreciate, like the new vintage that Ola Stenegard, designed. Ola used to work
The
for
Pursuit.
Ola, was my buddy.
The Pursuit's incredible. And the Sport Chief behind me.
Sport Chief. These
I'll
are
ride that. That's a nice
sexy
bike.
motorcycles, and
Sport Chief.
they're cool. They don't look like everybody else's bike, and we get to customize these things and paint them, and like we did with your Sport Chief.
Yeah, yours looks nice.
One of a kind. And
Thank you. I painted it. I built it myself.
I know. And you
pointed
got all
your
the-
I didn't even do that. I was like, I don't even know what to do. I handed it over to you guys, and I was like, I trust you, and I say it a lot. Like,
Well, when we got the bike done, after doing your bike, and we're kind of piecing it, you're handing me all these pieces, and then we go to see Mike, and Mike says, well, we got to throw some bags on it, we got to do
Yeah,
a seat,
yeah.
so
it evolved into so much more.
we got Eric to get it all painted. When it all came together, I was like, holy shit, this thing is beautiful.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah, it's
take
a
it
nice
out there,
bike.
you start pubbing this thing, and instantly I started reading all the comments. Whose bags are those?
Yeah.
Where did you get
That
those
is
bags?
to this day.
Who
They ask
painted it?
who painted it
And the
what
bags.
bags are those.
Yep.
And
Yep.
every single time
Yeah,
I post that,
yeah,
like, I'm
my-
like, I gotta get like an auto reply feature or something.
We're not getting that kind of feedback with, no offense Harley, but no
Yeah.
offense
What?
Harley, but you know, we're just not.
Well,
Everything happens
Since
in
you got into the
Hollister.
Indian business.
It really
Doesn't
does.
it?
And I feel like if you haven't been to Hollister, I don't think people understand like how much of a hub of
Oh, yeah.
innovation,
Yeah.
motorcycle community, and just the industry is here.
Here, yeah.
It's crazy.
Northern California.
Specifically from
Right
you
here.
four sitting here at this table.
Yeah.
Like the
And then
innovations
Johnny's bar
and
and
Johnny's, yeah.
Johnny's, yeah, Peter.
Peter was supposed to be here today, couldn't make it.
Probably slept in.
Yeah, late night,
Whatever.
early morning, something. But just
He's
the amount
out
of
riding, I
history
guarantee you.
Yeah.
yeah, is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, decades.
Mike, over to you for your favorite bike to build.
Well, you know what I do is I like all motorcycles, especially.
What'd you ride in today? Mike rode here.
I rode a Triumph Bonneville today,
Yeah.
and I was a Triumph dealer back in '68 to '73, so it resonates with my young age, you know. But I recently just bought a vintage Chief from Ray,
Yeah.
and I'm developing saddles and saddlebags that look like the fender.
Yeah.
And then we came out with a headlight nacelle that really added a lot of
Really
spiff to
good.
the front
Nice.
end.
Things coming out
That
cool.
turned out nice.
So we like to, we'll buy a new bike, you know, whatever looks the hottest thing going, and then we'll try to design parts to make it better for the rider.
And you just told me you just bought a Buell Super Cruiser, right?
No, we borrowed one.
Borrowed
we borrowed one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
borrow bikes to tool up the seats.
Right. What do you think of the Super Cruiser so far?
I think it's fabulous. It's got all kinds of horsepower.
Yeah, it's
The horsepower
it's
hungry
crazy.
guys
It's
are-
like
Yeah.
165 or
Yeah,
yeah.
those guys.
more than that.
Those guys are into it.
Yeah. Which is awesome again to see another really great American brand.
Well, the guy
back.
he was reestablishing the brand from scratch. I mean,
Yeah.
he made his own motor.
Yeah. That's
That's
crazy.
in America these days to make an
yeah.
Yeah,
engine.
that's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's
A lot of
impossible.
R&D, a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Everything I've seen so far online about it though has been nothing but positive feedback. Everybody loves the Buell bike
Yeah,
now. So,
yeah, they
Yeah.
have everyone sold.
Yeah.
The list
It's
is
crazy.
long.
You can't even buy one right
I had
now.
to call.
You can't even make them fast.
I had to call a friend that called a friend that called another friend to get the bike to Corbin's.
Yeah.
And that's how, you know, they're just getting released now. And I'm happy we have one in R&D. And obviously, we're gonna make it.
We'll make that
The
thing
best.
comfortable in
Yeah.
about 2 weeks.
Yep, 2 weeks.
There you go. Are you going to consider making bags for it or any other
We're
parts
going to
for it?
take a look at it as long as we can borrow the bike for long enough. It takes a lot of time for tooling on bags.
Yeah, I was,
Because you have to build the whole mold.
Yeah.
Oh, we
and,
have
like,
to
map the whole
design
thing.
models and,
I was told 6 months we could have it, but you know, that could change. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they always start crying after a while.
Well, he has 4, this guy,
Even Ray cries sometimes.
yeah, this guy, I think he has 4 bikes, so that's what you always want, is somebody that's not their only motorcycle.
Right.
So he has 4 other ones, so.
Yeah.
So we have what we call a wanted list. You know, we have a list on our website. We want to borrow these bikes to give you a free seat in exchange for the time to build the tooling.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, new question, kind of building off this. So that was your favorite bikes to build on. What's your favorite bike to ride if it's different than the one you answered?
You're gonna keep asking me?
Are you going to say BMC choppers?
No. What I rode today is outside, and it kind of started a new fad back in the day, but my Dyna.
Yeah.
I set it up to where, with the wall, BMC Corbin wall, and my tea bag, that's a funny word, but tea bag turned around, I could just lay on, you know?
Yeah.
Or with my, you get it now?
The white's kicking in.
No, the rumble seat though is cool too.
Yeah.
But,
I'd never seen that before. Like the way that it
cool.
was
oh, it's
upside,
unreal,
like a
yeah.
back support,
Yeah.
then
That is
So
cool.
if you turned your
Crazy.
pack behind,
That's cool.
I went here, 600 miles to Bend, Oregon, no problem, on a Dyna. So, yeah, the Dyna is my everyday go-to if I'm gonna ride with you guys.
Yeah.
But I'll be in front.
All right, okay, we'll see.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's my Roadmaster.
Yeah.
Love it. Eric painted it. Mike, I got 2 seats for it, one for me and then one for my wife and I. And the design of the bike, I designed the bike, but I had no say in the color All I had.
No, not much. No, you just kind of, you kind of said, let's do something different. Let's do something a little different, yeah.
Something nobody else has done. And
Flake sneaks at it again.
and Eric sends me this picture. It was like an old
It was like, it looked like a
Ford radiator.
jetpack, or I don't know what it was. It was something
radiator.
very deco.
And Art Deco.
Yeah.
And the colors, you know, I was like, I wasn't even looking at the colors. My wife was giving me shit because it's 11:30 and he's texting me. She goes, "You texting with your girlfriend?" I said, "No, it's Eric. He's sending me."
So yes.
Yeah.
So yes,
He is
yes.
cute though.
So all I see is these,
Mike was in the Navy, too, so yeah, excuse me.
this inlay chrome, you know, into this piece. And I tell Eric, "Can you do that?" He goes, "Yeah, I think so. What do you think about the colors?" I go, "Yeah, do whatever you want." And that's what he did. And you know, it's
a nice looking bike.
It's probably one of the best bikes we've ever built, in my opinion, and I'll probably buy it.
I love the look of it. The look is nice,
But
yeah.
it's- we got it done,
And it's different.
And I took it over and showed it to Mike, and Mike was like, "Shit!" I says, "Hey,
Yeah.
have the boys, have Julio and Chewy and Freddie go crazy on this thing," and they did.
Oh, yeah,
And
they
of course,
did.
they made me the seat for me, and I says, "Oh shit." My wife's gonna ride with me. I said, "I better."
She'll cook you dinner. You're not getting dinner
I need another
cooked.
seat. I need one with a backrest.
Yeah, if you don't get that, you're in
So,
trouble.
I have both, and I can interchange the seat in about a minute and a half. It's just, it's the best. It is the best ever. Michael?
I like all bikes, you know, for riding around town and not needing a fairing. I always will pick my Triumph
Yeah.
because it's well balanced and the weight is just right and everything. Then going on a longer ride, I like bikes with fairings, of course. But anything that won't break in the Nevada desert is fine with me.
That's the true test, really, of the bike.
That's all that
What
matters.
do you ride to Sturgis when you go over here?
The last couple of years, I rode my Street Glide.
Okay.
Yeah, but I might ride that vintage Chief this year.
Wow, really, all the way?
Test out the
That'll
new
be cool.
stuff.
That's crazy.
We'll have it there with our truck anyway, showing the saddlebags and then the cell and the
If you
seat.
sit on it while it's on the trailer, you can get some shots making it look like you were riding.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
movie
that's what the chopper guys did, you know, they're gonna ride to Sturgis, but you notice they had some pretty fancy trucks.
Oh, yeah. I think the bigger question for Mike is, how many different bikes have you ridden this year?
Everything.
Yeah.
One time I
43
rode a
times in a row.
Hayabusa there and I had the kind of gloves with the cut-off fingers in them, you know? And I got there and my fingers were sunburned. And they had my Harley on display in front of my truck, you know, it's the Harley world up there. The guy says, "Did you ride here?" And I go, "Yeah." The Hayabusa was in back of the truck.
Now, how quickly did you get there? Was it a little quicker?
Well, that thing would go 182 miles an hour.
On a track?
And in Nevada 50, you can do it, because it's a
Oh,
long,
yeah, he
long
does it.
valleys.
You can't keep up
And you
with
can
him.
see ahead about 30 miles. If you see an object in the road, start slowing down. One day I saw an object in the road and it just looked like just nothing, you know. So I stood up on a bike a little bit and I let it start slowing down. I get there and it's a Mustang horse in the middle of the damn road.
Oh, yeah.
With veins all over his body. It's like dehydrated, you know. Unbelievable. But I ride them all. I like every bike. And you have to ride to design parts for bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
That's where motorcycle enthusiasts came in.
yeah.
That's what we
So
are.
I haven't seen a bike yet I couldn't make more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, that's my main goal.
Eric, what about you?
So I took a little bit of a break from motorcycle riding. I've been, I guess, what is a hiatus, I guess, for maybe the last 10 years.
It's not like you were
So
busy doing anything
I
else,
haven't,
no?
I haven't had a bike in about 10 years now. So I'm talking to Ray maybe a few months back or 6 months ago or so.
About a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
was a year
Anyway,
ago,
so a year ago,
A year
a year ago, he kind of says, you kind of know what you do, right? You know, you paint all these bikes for people. You know, we've been doing it for the last decade. And I thought, well, yeah, that's what we do. You know, I've been a little busy doing that with you, and I feel like I've had no time to jump back into riding. I just feel like I really haven't done it, and
He's gone on some rides with us, but I always got to.
well, I have to borrow a bike. I got to borrow a bike.
That's
He's
a-
gone
that's
up to
a
the
good-
Hope Rally,
that's
he's
the
gone
best
on
way to
rides
do
with
it.
us, and he's got to borrow a bike.
Let them pay the insurance.
We were talking one day, and I called him up. I took this trade-in,
Yeah.
and it was a newer bike, but the guy rode the crap out of it. He had a million miles on this thing, but the bike ran like a top, had all the extras on it. I said, "This is a perfect bike for Eric." I says, "Hey,
Yeah.
you're buying a bike today?" He goes, "What?" I said, you're buying a bike.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of how it works. That's kind of how it works. He goes, you know, you're gonna get this. You're gonna buy this. Yes.
Started back
Yeah.
going,
Be
I said,
careful,
"No."
Rob.
I said, Rob's gonna call you,
Yeah.
give him all your details. He said,
Yeah.
I said, you're buying the bike, Eric. I said, you got to have a bike.
yeah.
You got to put a paint job on it, and you got to get out there with us because
Yeah.
we're out there, right?
Yeah.
I said, you got to
Yeah.
do this. So
We don't
And,
do-
and it was time. I mean, it was beyond time. I should have done this 5 years ago, you know, and so I'm glad I'm doing it. So I have currently now, which I have still yet to ride, but it's a 2018 Chieftain, and we're gonna customize. You know, we're gonna trick it out as much as we can. You know, so we'll put a nice paint job on it. Have no idea.
I was gonna say, that sounds like probably the hardest paint.
That might. You know what? I have no clue what I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You know-
I'll tell you,
you
I'm
know-
going to build it. It'll
Yeah.
have a BMC Corbin seat on it.
You are
Yeah.
guerrilla marketing. is what you do.
I'm gonna get it. Corbin logo. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna put a seat. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Polish the power sport.
Just do them all.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing, though. Every time somebody says, I'm going to get out and see Ray, I always tell them, you're going to have a new bike today.
That's how I got my Chieftain. Hi,
Ray, how you doing?
My wife was like, well,
I'm
you said
fine,
you were
glad you
gonna
stopped
buy a
by.
bike today.
Right.
I wasn't. All right.
That's what happens.
So hopefully, you know, in the next couple of months, I'll be this summer be back on the road again.
Actually started painting the bike. I saw it.
I have the parts there. I have all my parts.
A preview
Now
of
you
what
gotta
your
get the
main
surgery.
color's gonna be.
You know what? I'm thinking I might like blue, possibly. Maybe we get into the
Like a dark
blues.
Blue, light blue, teal.
I'm
blue,
thinking
dark
light.
blue.
I'm thinking we might go light and bright, maybe something like that. And so
Not neon?
it's just my first thought. It's a first thought. You know.
There may be a neon bike
Yeah.
in your future, so.
I mean, but you know, I like so many different things. I love the blues, the yellows, the golds, oranges. I like it all, and it's very hard to pick something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna have to narrow it down. But my first thought is maybe we might hit the blue tones. You know, maybe
Well,
something like that.
if you need to change the paint in the future, I know a guy. I can put you.
Got a guy. Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of good painters in LA.
Yeah.
There's a few guys.
All right, next question, and I know every question is just all over the place.
It's
but,
great.
Yeah.
We should ask you a question.
No, if we do that, we'll never leave you.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you guys have any funny shop stories over the years, either with each other, separate, just funny, random, open-ended question of things that have happened in the shop that you want to talk about?
Funny stories?
That can be on camera.
Yeah. I got it. Well, when I was a young bike builder, and I think I mentioned it, is when you got the $5,000 down, and the next guy's coming in with another $5,000. I took that engine and put it in that frame to get the $5,000, and then we moved it back into the other frame. So,
Carol
yes.
Shelby used to do that.
Yeah, I followed Carol Shelby, which you know isn't bad.
He seemed pretty.
A lot of funny. I'm sure we could look back, and there was a lot of funny ones with all of us.
Yeah.
You know, Mike was great. Not funny though. I just liked when he took me to lunch in his AMG Mercedes,
Yeah.
and I got to drive. Kind of fun for sure.
Yeah.
Ray, a lot of stuff.
Oh, God.
I mean,
A lot of stuff.
yeah,
Mike was a young kid, and he's
Are you guys
involved.
almost the same age?
No.
yeah.
60s, I think you said earlier.
Well, kind of. There's a 10-year spread there. I'm hanging on to
Yeah,
60 barely.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
just getting into 60. I'm
God, I
barely
can't
hanging
believe
on.
it. I can't believe
Sorry
it.
to bring that up again.
Yeah.
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers. Yeah.
So Mike and I were not. I never considered us competitors. He was.
No.
He was.
I just copied everything you
He was
did.
building. He was building a brand. We were building a brand,
Yeah.
and I think we were a little bit ahead of him with core competencies, owning the powder shop. the
You had
frame
more
shop.
money than me.
We were building stuff, and then Mike came over
This
one
was
day.
CMC, right? When you were
CMC, yeah, huge.
BMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we started doing this thing, and what Mike doesn't know is, you know, my relationship with Mike Corbin, and he comes and hits me up one day, and he goes, hey, he says, we're struggling with our powder coating. I said, well, bring your stuff over here, I'll do it for you. But, you know, we're kind of almost in the same town, doing the same thing.
Yeah.
His stuff was way different than our stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking at it as a businessman, and he's trying to get into this business and trying to figure it out. So we kind of partnered together on some things, and then, you know, as he's building his business, he's helping me build my business.
Yeah, he
A lot of
always,
people-
yeah.
A lot of people
don't
know
do
that
that.
story.
And they don't do that.
Yeah, and you don't help each other anymore. And then my relationship with Sheldon Coleman back at Big Dog.
Yeah.
Sheldon we helped each other, and then in turn helped
Yeah,
Mike.
he's a great guy.
So we're
Has
all,
a lot of
we're
jets.
all kind of doing this thing together, and the camaraderie was there, and everybody thinks we're competing against each other when we really weren't. You know?
I think that gets lost a lot of times is a rising tide raises all ships, and people try to sink the other one.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, we all, I mean,
But we were all struggling. We were all struggling.
when Titan first pulled up, great motorcycle,
Yeah.
we were already doing it though.
We were
When they
doing
showed
it.
it, yeah.
we were. He was trying to copy. They were trying to copy what we were doing.
They just-
and
yeah.
They didn't.
And
they
then
couldn't figure it out.
the
I remember they called me to buy them out, and I said, nope,
No, yeah.
we're good.
Frank and Patrick, right? Yeah.
We're good.
But,
I never could figure out why they decided to design their own primer.
Oh God,
Yeah.
That broke-
was crazy.
that broke-
that
that
broke the
broke-
bank.
yeah.
But I think my intro into manufacturing, as you're getting into this thing, you're getting all these orders.
Yeah.
You don't realize how much money it takes
Oh,
to
yeah,
actually
just-
build. Got to build 10 bikes.
And then
It's a
take
lot
them
of
to
money.
Cal Carb
Yeah.
at 25 grand an
Yeah,
engine
yeah,
family.
yeah.
Try that out.
But I remember I got this huge order. I don't know, it was like 30 bikes
Yeah.
or something. And Mike's doing onesie twosies, and I'd order the seat and I'd pay him. I'd order the seat. I get this order, and I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to pull this
I
off?
gotta pay him now.
So I called Mike. I said, look, I got this purchase order. I need these 30 seats. I think it was 30 or 50 seats. And I remember talking to Mike, and I said, I need you to build the seats. I says, in the minute I got the bikes done, I'll get paid, and then I can pay you. I'll never forget that he looked at me and says, you're going to pay me? I said, yeah. He stuck his hand out. He says, okay. That's been our deal for...
Oh, he's always
That's
been
the
there.
way you gotta do it.
That's been our deal forever. We don't have...
Yeah.
Him and I've never had a piece of paper between us. Ever.
Me either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
It's family.
Which I feel like
It's
people,
fam- I
that
mean,
shocks
that,
people when
That's
they're
not
like, you have
funny.
a business arrangement
Yeah.
with these people.
Yeah.
Like, what if somebody stabs you in the back? It's like, but they won't. Like, they're family.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a relationship that spans decades.
He'll call me up and just like you, and they said, hey, we need a bike. Freddie called me the other
Oh,
day.
yeah.
We need a chief to. We're having
Yeah,
some
thanks for
issues,
letting us borrow.
having some fitment issues. I said, how long you need the bike for? He says, I don't know. All right, I'll bring it over there. It's been there for 2 or 3 weeks because they're working out
Yeah,
these bugs.
you
But I
got
know
it.
when the thing gets done, you know what I mean? Now I'm not even a phone call away. I'm there at the shop every day, and I need something. Mike, done.
Bring it over.
Well, I'm glad that you're working out the chieftain issues because I'm about to bring one in
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
So.
But it's amazing for me, and especially for me with these two guys here, having this business here, a mile from these guys.
Oh, yeah, that's-
When a customer comes in and they purchase the bike, and if it's an ordinary civilian, and we're probably giving up trade secrets here, they got to call and make an appointment. And these guys, he's booked. These guys are booked. They're booked weeks out.
Yeah.
Okay. Brad comes in and buys the bike. I want to get a Corbin seat. I call his main guy. I call Louie up. Louie, I need to get this guy in.
If that don't work, call Julio.
Yeah. You don't go around Louie too many times, but
I don't even call, I just show up. I just show up.
And the guys are amazed that I can have that kind of
Yeah.
clout or whatever, but it's
best.
a long-term business
Family.
relationship. It is. You
Yeah.
pick the phone up, and instead of the guy waiting 3 weeks, in 3 days he's done.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the business and the relationships that we have here.
And I think what people don't realize as well, so I interviewed Dale Walker, who's another just
Yeah.
incredible
Oh, he's the
rider,
greatest guy
innovator,
ever.
inventor,
Yeah.
just amazing. And he has the same thing, and I don't think people realize how much of an impact you have made, and Corbin Seats has made on motorcycles in general. Because the amount of innovation that has come out of that building and out of you and your company is crazy. And it has just projected motorcycles farther than they ever would have been without it. And I think that's just something.
Well, the secret to every business is to evolve your technology and your imagination and your product development and your product awareness. And that's why, like I say, you can't design motorcycle parts unless you ride motorcycles.
Yeah.
And Dale Walker is one of the greatest motorcycle guys you'll ever meet in your life. We call him Fast Son.
Yeah.
Don't go riding motorcycles with that guy.
He turned on one of them when I was at his shop, and I was like, oh, my ear's already bad being in the military and riding motorcycles. And I was like, that's
He's
the
like
craziest thing I've ever heard.
he's like a weasel through a surf pipe, I'm telling you.
A weasel to the surf.
I tried to catch him
Never
on
heard
a
that
couple
one.
times, it's impossible.
Yeah. He is a fast guy.
He's a fast guy, he always was.
Yeah.
Known him all my life, known him all
Good
his life.
stuff.
Yeah. And he's built 17 something Corbin seats with you, come in and help
Yeah.
shape them and
What he does is he uses the Corbin seat. That's kind of like what Big Mike does.
Yeah.
We use the Corbin factory,
Yeah.
and then they put their design uniqueness to it. Then we make them for them.
Right.
So there's Dale Walker and there's Big Mike, and we do a few for Codlin, you know. But it's market segments is what it is. So we got the factory, and Mike brings a lot of value because he'll sit there and talk to people on the phone, you know,
yeah,
and help them develop their ideas, which is a big benefit for us.
yeah,
He's brought me a huge amount of business because he spends a lot of time there in the ride-in area, getting his own stuff done for his customers.
First, I get mine done first.
That are around the country.
Yeah.
But he'll be standing there in Mike's ride-in area, and a customer will be there, and he'll help the guy design the seat that the guy thought he wanted.
Yeah.
And he starts telling Mike, Mike's telling him, no, this is how you want to do it, this is how you want to do it. And then he'll call me, hey, I got this guy, and he's on a soft tail. I'm sending him over. He needs an Indian.
Yeah,
He needs an
that
Indian.
or somebody needs a tire or flat tire there.
Or you gotta,
Yeah.
guy's broke down, or
Yeah.
he needs a service, or
Yeah.
we need to put a set of saddlebags on this guy's bike, you know, get him hooked up, you know, and that's kind of the networking thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell one quick story about Mike here, Corbin, I guess prefacing the story, my daughter flies in from Portland. Dad, can you pick me up on the bike? She loves riding on the bike, Raina. I go pick her up at the airport. She's got a little bag, you know, and I show up. I was riding a Victory when the Victories first came out.
Yeah.
And she looks at me. She goes, "Where's your Harley?" I said, "It's in the garage." "What is this?"
Yeah,
I said, "It's a Victory." She's like, you know, giving me the like, you know, what is this?
Yeah.
So, and I says, "Hey, we were going to go to lunch." I said, "I got to go by and pick some pictures up. I had some posters made of a bike I just finished building." She says, "Okay." So we get home. She says, "Well, show me the poster." So I open it up. It's an ST1300 police bike for San Jose. She says, "What in the fuck is this?"
There you go. Yeah, good. Said it. Broke the ice. Motherfucker.
She says, you used to build bikes for Hell's Angels. Now you're building bikes for the police department? I said, hey, I put my name on the check. I said, it's all business.
Right.
You wish, right? This
It
is
is.
a true story. So we're having to go out, you know, when I take the shop over here, these guys are trying to build police bikes. They got an order for 80 police bikes for the San Jose Police
Oh,
Department.
yeah. I
Mike
remember
remembers
that.
this.
I remember that.
Both of you guys, and they just could not. They didn't understand manufacturing, and, you know. And I'm coming from that background, so I get in here, revamp everything. I go talk to Mike. I says, "Hey, I want to build a locking trunk." I said, you know, so we put the radio in there, and the guy can put his revolver in there, and it's got a lock. He says, "No problem." So he makes the mold. We start marketing this thing. He can't build them fast enough. I mean, every one of these police bikes we're building has a Corbin locking box on it. And we had to go out and bid, and there was, I think, four companies, 4 shops in California that we were licensed by the feds to build police bikes. We had to get purchase orders to build these police bikes because the bikes were coming in. They weren't carb regulated because they just weren't. And in order for me to order one, I had to prove to Honda that I had a purchase order.
California.
And how we were winning these bids is we had the mold. He had the mold for the bag, or the box. And I remember the guy in Huntington Beach kept calling Mike, "I got to order 10 of these boxes." He says, "Yeah, no problem, call Ray."
Yeah.
No problem, call Ray. So, you know, of course, when I'd give him a price on the box, I'd price him out, and I'd always win the bid. So that's kind of how that all worked. And that was just a handshake deal. You still have the molds to that damn thing.
Probably do, yeah.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
What was the question again?
Yeah, what was that question? Come on, hang in there.
I'm not good.
Hang in there.
The question was any just funny shop stories. which
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
that was right. Funny.
That counts as one.
Funny.
Yeah, just,
Mike,
it doesn't have to be like funny, but just like something that people haven't heard. Or,
Well, you know, going back to what we were talking about with Eric a little while ago about encouraging other people, I think I was about 24 years old. I was an electrician, and I worked in this big factory, and I was making about 3 times as much money as my peers, you know, those days, you know. This is during Vietnam. And so I decided, I had been making motorcycle seats in my garage, and then I was also an electrician there, and I used to wire houses on the weekends. And I decided I gotta quit. I gotta either be an electrician or I got to start my own business making motorcycle seats full time. So I decided, put in my notice at Holochrome Nut and Bolt, and so there's this old guy, he's leaning on a hard lathe, and he's smoking cigarettes, and he was a Korean War veteran. And he was like the mentor of the whole factory, like this old guy knew everything, right? So he says, hey Mike, he says, I heard you quit. I go, yeah. He says, what'd you quit for? You're an electrician. All you got to do now is learn how to golf and join a Kiwanis club. And I go, well, I'm going to start my own business. And he said, what kind of business are you starting? And I go, well, I'm going to make motorcycle seats. And he goes, that ain't going to work. And I go, why not? He says, motorcycles already have seats.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So that was my first walking through the glass wall guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You went to a show and they bought the seat off your bike.
Oh, yeah.
How much was it?
why you needed it.
20 bucks or 200 bucks?
No, I
20?
had a Norton, I had a 64 Norton Atlas, and I bobbed it like the Hells Angels were doing when I was in the Navy in Oakland, you know, put a 4-inch over front end, put high bars on it, bob the fenders, and fix up the seat, you know, if you could, and paint the bike. So I did all that. My seat looked like hell, and there was no Norton seats available, so I reshaped the seat with a turkey knife. My lady next door to me was an industrial seamstress, and she made a nice cover. So I went to a rally in Vermont in the spring, and some guy says, this is when we used to go, 4 guys would share a motel room,
Yeah.
2 queen beds,
Yeah.
and we'd get all those English bikes into the room because they'd steal them at night if you didn't.
We still do that. We still do that.
Yeah.
So
Just
you have
don't
these little
spoon each other.
motels.
No
Eric
spooning.
and I just did it recently.
Yeah, you're looking for a motel that you can get into the door easy on the
Yeah.
deck and everything, you know.
Always.
So you get 4 guys in it, and of course all these Brit bikes leaking oil too, you know. So we'd be in there with beer and grinders and pizza, and we'd all be having a hell of a time. So this one guy the next day down in the street, he goes, so where'd you get the seat? I said, well, I made it. And he says, well, I got the same model bike. I want to buy your seat. I go, I can't sell you my seat. How am I going to get home? He goes,
Great story.
well, just fold your jacket up and ride home on that. It's really nice out. He said, I'll give you $40. So this is 1965. So it's like saying that's 400 bucks an hour.
Easy.
And I had about $10 into it, you know. And I go, wow, look at that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can make another one. So I went home and I started making a seat from my Norton, another one, and my helper came along. He had an Ironhead Sportster. And he says, well, make me a seat too. I said, no, I'm not doing that because it's just for me, you know. My garage was like an electrical workshop. And he goes, well, if you make me a seat, you don't have to pay me next week. I said, I couldn't have going to pay you anything. I said, okay, I'll make you a seat. So I made him a solo seat for his Ironhead Sportster, and he showed it to Sal Skirple. He was our big hero in Hartford, Connecticut. He had won the Jack Pine on a 350 Honda. He was Mr. Motorcycle. So my helper Jimmy goes in there, and Sal says to him, well, where'd you get the seat? He says, well, Mike made it. He says, I thought that guy was an electrician. He says, yeah, he's doing this in a garage. So he calls me up, he says, I need 5 of them by Saturday. I said, I only do once. He says, I need 5. So I deliver the 5. I park in front of his shop on Park Street in Hartford, Connecticut with my pickup. I get a ticket for $100. I sell him 5 seats for $125. I get home at the end of the day, I was out wiring houses and stuff, and my wife says, that guy from the Harley shop called you up. So I start rehearsing, you know, I go, well, Sal, you know, I got 3 kids, I already spent that money, you know, I can't give you the money back. So I'm practicing, you know. So I finally worked the courage up to, I'm worried for rejection, I'm worried about rejection. So I finally call him up, you know, dial phones. You guys don't even know what dial phones are. Hey, Sal, this is Mike.
I do.
He says, hey, those seats are really great. He says, I sold 4 of them. I'm going to put one on my bike. I'm going to go riding on it tomorrow. I need 10 more. I said, you liked them? So I did it part-time until 68, but the funny thing is, the only encouragement you really got is when you did it and you put it on the guy's bike.
Yeah.
You can talk until you're blue in the face, but just go out like Eric, paint the bike. You know, that's the lesson that you learn in business. Do the job.
I think that's the biggest thing that people are afraid of is just doing it. Just do the first thing. Do it the first time. Try it. The worst thing that can happen is you're going to be in the same spot as before. The best thing that can happen is it can change your life and change the world.
And even when you fail, I mean, it's a lesson. It makes you better the next time.
Or you could become a dad.
Yeah. But people don't teach you that.
Yeah.
They don't teach you that in school, actually, either.
Yeah, I think one of the best things I learned from working with Ray and Mike has been just the idea, we got to get it out there. We got to get out there, we got to be quick, we got to do it as fast as you can, but as nice as you can too. You also want to keep quality really high, but you also need to deliver it too, because that's what's going to get you the next job. And so that's what I've learned, that because people who are in my industry or the paint industry, a lot of painters are not known for being reliable. They're sort of not really 9 to 5 kind of guys. They're more, they'll start at noon and go till into the night, you know, they kind of do that. That's been kind of a common thing that I've seen in the past. And just by working at each, especially for Mike in the early days when I was first working with him, I mean, we were there at 6 in the morning, you know, like I didn't want to be up at 6 in the morning, you know, that seemed really early, you know, and so the sun was a little up. It was a little dark. I remember driving a little dark, and so you know, so what I remember was that it turns you into something like, hey, we can do like a production type feel, give you something custom, but we can deliver it quickly too. And so what I learned was just like, you get up, you go for it, and you just got to get it done. And Ray, working with Ray too, it's the same thing. You know, we're looking for the next one. We got to hurry up. We got to get this guy out because he needs to go ride. And that's just been a great thing that I have learned throughout the years, was just that, get up in the morning, go for it, and just get it done. And that's let us turn out a lot of bikes throughout the years now. It has been just like you treat it as like a real job, you know, from, you know, morning till 5, 6 o'clock or whatever you have to do. You know, sometimes are later nights and sometimes it's not, but that's just kind of how, it's been great to do that though.
Yeah, there's no 8 to 5 jobs.
No, I know, that really doesn't happen.
I don't care what kind of business you're in. If you have your own business, it's not 8 to 5.
No.
Real quick funny story about Eric is we're doing this paint job for this gal. She's a sheriff, Colorado. We did the bike. I remember Chuck Schwartz used to do all the promotions down in Vegas Bike Show and all that. And he calls me, he says, I need some custom bikes. He says, we don't have enough people showing up with custom bikes to Las Vegas Bike Week.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So we were building the Tequila.
Oh yeah, Tequila
Sunset.
Yeah.
And so we take the bike down there, and this gal happens to be, she's a deputy sheriff from Colorado. She's on her chieftain, her white chieftain,
It was a black chieftain. Black chieftain. She wanted a white.
She sees the bike there. We never met her. She sees the bike there. She takes one of our cards. She ends up emailing me and says, hey, I saw your bike. I really want you guys to paint my bike. So this whole thing, this whole ordeal was probably 3 months. Texas, emails, pictures. She had these tattoos on her arms. One was a wolf, one was a horse.
Horse and a wolf, yes.
And she's a little bitty thing. So we get this project going, and I remember she...
Where is she now?
She's still in Colorado.
Where's she now?
We'll have to put up pictures of that bike. We'll have to insert the pictures now.
So what I don't know is he's really never done animals before. So he has to do the horse and he has to do the wolf, okay? So Eric's
I had never painted a...
Eric's going, yeah, can you do this? Yeah. You got it, Eric? Yeah. So the gal had to schedule her time off, ride the bike here. They were going to spend the day and drop the bike off that day. They were going to go, they got here in the afternoon. We were going to work on it all the next day. They were going to take it the next day. They were going to spend the whole day in Monterey, her and her girlfriend or whatever. So the whole plan goes, the day before they're going to get here, he's not done with the bike. So we had all the sheet metal here. You know, we had extra sheet metal. So we're painting it. We're just going to do the swap. He's not done with the bike. I said, Eric, and it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. He's not done with the bike. I'm shitting over here.
Yeah, you reminded me she was on her way.
She's on her way, Eric. I can't, you know. He goes, I got it. He gets it done. We put the bike together. The bike comes out. gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous.
Horse does,
Pearl
yeah.
white,
Yeah.
pearl white. He puts the horse and the wolf.
A horse on one side, wolf on the other
dream
side.
catcher on the
Yeah.
bags.
Lots of feathers, things like that.
On the
Yeah.
fender,
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
And we have the bike parked. The gal walks in, and she walked right by it, kind of looked at it, and walked right by it. And the girlfriend saw it, and she's making eye contact with me. And I said, "Hey," I said, "did you see your bike?" She goes, "No, where is it?" I said, "You walked right by it." She went over and she burst into tears.
Because of you?
No.
Seeing you? Okay.
Well, that was later.
Okay, good.
So she's in tears, she's just overwhelmed. And the girlfriend's they're both kind of just overwhelmed. Okay? So being the good kind of asshole guy that I am, call 1-800, Eric, you need to get here now. What happened? She's here, she hates it, she's crying, she's bawling over here. And this guy,
I really thought it was,
Mr. Humble here.
it felt pretty real the way,
He never gets riled about
yeah.
anything. He said,
I said,
"Are you
what?
kidding me?" I said, "No, you got to get, I don't know how you're going to talk her off the ledge here. She hates it. She hates it. She's in tears. She's bawling, Eric." I said, "You need to get over here now." Oh my God. So he's about a 5-minute drive. I'm watching him out the windows. I see him.
And I just come in and I go,
He walks
oh
out,
my
he
God,
puts-
what am I in
he
for?
put his
Yeah.
head down.
Yeah.
He put his head down. He walks
Oh,
in.
my- I'm
She
him.
sees him. I said, "There's Eric." She goes over and gives him a big old hug. She goes, "Oh my God." He looked at me. He says, "You fucking asshole."
I guess we can say that now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think people like
We
it.
pay extra for that.
Okay, good.
We're going to get a PG-13
Anyway, that's
rating.
my funny story.
Yeah, that was such a fun one to do because I really thought that she did not. That was one of the first times he'd done that to me. He goes, she just doesn't like it.
One of the first times.
I think.
Happened.
Well, it happened
I
a
do
couple
it
of times.
all the time.
Yeah, and when I heard that, I went, oh man, how I thought I did a good job on this thing. I thought it looked good, and but it was really true. I had never painted animals or anything.
He tells me that after.
You know who was good? Mike Moran. Remember Mike Moran?
Yeah.
He did a horse on my bike.
Yeah, it's just like one of those
What was
things,
it about
they're
horses?
very difficult to
Still
do.
horse.
Yeah. Yeah, to paint anything like that's wild, yeah.
Last question. I don't know if anybody needs a top off. Mike?
I'm good.
Michael, a little
No,
low.
we're doing good.
Okay. Last question for you, rapid fire. If you have any advice for a young builder, painter, somebody getting into this industry, what advice would you give them in today's climate and atmosphere?
Run. No, just follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Don't listen to outside people, like I said before. Don't take money from other people to think you're going to go big. One of my lessons I learned.
Me too.
And, yeah, we both, just create your own thing. Be your own creator. Don't follow somebody else, copy somebody else, think you're I'm gonna develop that part he did. Just be original. That's perfect. Be original and follow your own dreams.
Don't think that everything you're doing is going to be the best out there, going to be innovative, and don't think you can do it all on your own. Don't sit there and try to take all the credit for everything, because I know just sitting here with these guys here, if it wasn't for all of these guys, I couldn't do what I do. So when you're getting in, and if you think you want to get into this industry, you're going to need friends, you're going to need partners,
Oh, yeah.
you're going to need allies, and they're out there. And some people will help, some people won't. Be cautious, but definitely, like Mike says, follow your dreams, believe in yourself, bet on yourself, and find the right people to partner with. Find the right. I've used every painter on the planet, and Eric knows all the painters that I've used.
You stole them all from me.
Well, yeah, but I give them back now.
Hey, you have it back
We're not
now.
giving him back. And then I meet Eric, and Eric's probably the longest relationship I've had with a painter.
Yeah.
And he knows all of the guys that work for
Oh
me.
yeah, I've been around
All the guys that work for me.
hundreds of painters, and
Nobody is
Eric
humble
does
as this guy.
Eric does anything from my
Good to
jet
know.
boat to bikes. But
Did you
man,
tell these guys that taught you how to paint?
Yeah.
We were just getting to that. We were going to get to that right now. Remember when you found me in it was the park story, remember? I was kind of in the park,
When you
remember
did
that
my
one?
forklift, I think you learned a lot.
I think it was,
Yeah.
that was one of the
But he
first
can
things
do
I
it all.
did,
The
yeah.
thing with Eric is he can do it. I have my beautiful bike out there.
Yeah.
Great paint job. The guy didn't know how to hand stripe. Eric can do it all. I
Yeah.
watched a car he just did. He's
Yeah.
done my boat. Blowing income on my thing was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, both of you guys. But he can do it all, like the car he just did, the customer's face, and I got to witness it. I actually got to help on the color a little, right?
You were right there with
Because
it.
I had
Yeah,
a car
it was
that
happening.
color
Yeah.
that I used, burnt orange and
Yeah.
buckskin tan, but that customer, but man, a lot of guys can't do the whole thing. I'm talking metal flake, I'm talking gold leaf, I'm talking striping, perfection. I mean, if I could show you the
Literal
pictures of
perfection, yeah, it's crazy.
how he writes blowing income on my jet boat, I mean, it's unbelievable.
And don't give up. Believe in yourself and
Yeah.
don't give up.
Relentlessness.
Yep.
We've had fun, Eric and I.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff. A lot
And I,
of
and I
different
think
stuff.
that's what I've learned
He's too
throughout
calm
this.
for me, though. He's too calm. He's really low key.
And so, you know,
I'm
like,
gonna go take a nap.
yeah, and so what I've learned too throughout the years is that you just have to go for it. You got to do it. You have to be relentless, like Mike had said.
Yeah.
If it's something you want to do, you just can't let anything stop you. Because I don't think I'm so talented in any one thing. I try to be good at a lot of different things,
Yeah.
but it's something that really didn't come very natural. Like I think I could do some things, but there are some things that are not natural at all. And the way you're going to get good at it is just practice, and you have to do this every day. A perfect example would be like when you learn how to do pinstriping and you're trying to hold that brush and hold a fine line. That, I think anyone can do it, but I think it's very frustrating because it's a little difficult to do. But if you practice it on a daily basis and really want to do it, you can learn how to do those things. So I think for any new guys who want to do it, and I wish there was there was new guys
we
coming
need
in,
more.
and
We need more.
I'm just not seeing them right now. But I don't know what the young guys are doing right now, but if there is anybody, you just have to practice and just go for it, you know. And there's no other way to get good at it.
I like when he's striping and I start filming him, I go, okay, go. And I put him right under the gun and he has to, and he nails it, but I said, okay, I'm gonna make a video. Ready, start striping, and he's like, okay.
Here we go.
But no, it's good, but Eric's right, we need painters, stripers, the whole, you know, builders, everything.
People that want to do stuff with their hands.
Craftsmen.
Yeah. I like
stuff.
I like the shops. I visited Tristan, which is Slabsides O2.
Slabsides, yeah.
Great kid. I wanted him here today.
Yeah.
But just to see him skateboards, he makes I'm like, these kids are
I
great.
saw some of those,
No,
yeah,
they're
and
just
you sold
great.
them
You
immediately,
walk in
yeah.
and he's eating his meal prep, and I look around and there's skateboards, there's panheads, there's shovelhead. So these young guys, that's what I like. I want to have them one day with us. Because then we could talk about the old.
He was dropping out of high school, and his grandfather, I know the grandfather, I know his mother, and the mother called me and said, you got to give this kid a job.
Yeah.
He's just going nowhere.
Yeah.
And 12, 13 years later, this guy owns his own shop.
Yeah, it's nice.
He
I
worked for me
visited.
for a couple of years. He's a
I
good
went
kid.
there when yesterday.
He's
Friday or
a
something.
good kid, very humble, and
I
he's
like
doing a
him.
great job.
I like him a lot. He's great.
That's good.
And that's what all the Mike and Ray down to me, now me down to him.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep.
Now I'm whatever, old to him.
You're the old
And I
guy
said I
now,
like this
yeah.
kid when I walked through the little shop video I did, but I started with Mike Corbin and only ran Corbin seats. And I remember when I pulled up on my first suspension bike, he used to love to come out with a razor blade. And he'd put a new seat on my bike, but he'd cut it up, and I have to get a new seat. The razor blade. He just cut
Another
up.
great
He
sales
just
guy.
cut up. Yeah, that's good marketing. Guerrilla marketing. Yeah. I loved it. That's a funny one. There's a funny one. Come out, pull up all happy. My new Dyna. Okay, get a seat.
But you're going to leave happier.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, I got a marketing story for you. We had this guy, Paul, and then you guys all know him, and he was in marketing at Corbin, and we were going to Laguna Seca in the days when it was like 80,000 bikes on those hills, you know. And he says, I got this really good idea. We'll hire a couple of guys and we'll go around and we'll cut everybody's seat.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Today with
Then they'll
cameras.
come and
No.
buy a Corbin seat, and I go, yeah, and then who's going to go to the lynching?
It's going to be you.
Yeah. But I like that he did it to mine. I didn't care. I knew it was going to happen.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have for you guys. I appreciate everybody following along for a while. Thank you for coming to the first
We
episode
need one
of
more
Nights at the
thing.
Round Table. One more thing.
I'm going to get him.
All right.
The cameraman to come out for a handshake.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Chaz,
Yeah.
gotta get out here then.
Chaz, get out here.
Make sure you set the camera.
I'll do it. I just want to introduce everybody that does all this phenomenal
Yeah,
work
I'm just
besides
the guy
you.
that sits here and drinks.
He does a great job videoing all of us.
does.
Are we in there?
Get out here, buddy.
And I want to thank him. And he does nice hair, but look at his logo on his hat. Do you see that logo? I mean, that's a good fucking logo. Okay. But we always got to thank the people behind the scenes that does all the hard work and makes us look good. So thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I like your hat too.
Yeah, nice hat.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Chaz, none of this would happen because I
No.
don't know how to do cameras or audio.
Nicole,
No,
Tracy,
but you
thanks
always-
for being
yeah.
patient
Oh.
over there.
Yeah.
Thanks for not talking.
Cheers. You're
Tracy.
empty. I don't drink
I got a
that.
little.
Cheers, guys.
Is this good for your heart? This is good
I've heard red wine is good for you.
for your heart?
Good,
Yeah.
blood thinners.
Blood, I need, hey, blood thinner.
Blood thinners.
You told me that, right, Mike?
Also these days.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Is that a wrap, Chaz?
That's a wrap.
All right.
Let's all clap for Big Mike.
Why me? Clap for Chaz. Clap for Chaz.
Good job, guys.
Oh, man.
And you did good too.
Yeah.
Right.
I just
How'd we
asked
do
the
over
questions.
there?
Your hair's looking good
All right.
too. Good.